The cold calculated Cavaliers coming up on a win, so let's see if they can follow that up versus Season's Greeters. We'll have to see. Sejuani and Trinamere coming out. Sejuani, maybe a target ban, who knows? But Trinamere, OP, just Warlord to a bus, stupid OP. And actually, watching the last game, decides to take away the Zyra, so definitely impacted that game quite a bit with a lot of AoE damage and snare combo with that Lux. So not a bad band, I would say. We'll have to see what this next band is coming up from CCC. And we will CCC. It is Irelia. I guess maybe another target band. I'm not really sure how she is doing in this new, I guess, Mastery 80 carry meta era. And another target band coming out. Ran is actually being taken away as well from Snacked. Interesting. I guess they just would rather have them on other champions or just not on a comfort pick that they won last time. Maybe it's a psychological thing, but who knows? We gotta see this last ban from Hodenrod. Okay, if I butcher that name, I apologize. You know, feel free to report me to Rito. That's fine. But Jinx coming out. Not a reworked 80 carry. She's still pretty good. You know, just does Jinx things. Is really, and we'll have to see what they decide to pick for this first pick. And they're gonna highlight the Tom Kench, actually. We'll have to see if they decide to lock this in. Tom Kench was quite annoying in that last game. Unfortunately, didn't, they got a little too far behind, and Tom Kench, being an anti-playmaker, can't really do too much against a bunch of poke. We'll have to see. It is locked in, so they will be fighting against that Tom Kench bot lane again. He did have very high impact in that bot lane, keeping the Sivir safe, after landing the Zyra ult. This will be interesting. The Graves. The Graves. Oh, I don't know why I spelled that. I'm just hyped. Graves is so strong right now. Like, the damage he does is just ridiculous. It's like, I've played him, and like the auto attack feels a little awkward at first, but like literally it's so nice being able to just auto attack someone once and just destroying half their health. But yeah, he's definitely really strong in this meta right now. He's actually, I think, going to be hot fixed next patch, so it'll be interesting to see how they play against it. Looks like Nevada is going to get his Lux again. Very good champion for him to be on. Did a lot of damage, a lot of catch potential with the snare, and a lot of AoE shields coming out from her as well. And, okay, there we go. Okay, so Lucian being locked in. I do know Lucian is definitely a strong AD carry with these new items, and we'll have to see, because, a while back, Lucian was determined to be, the better Graves, and after this rework, we'll see, I guess, who the better AD carry is. Both really short-range marksmen, but Lucian with the Essence Reaver change is, I hope to see that, because it's very, very good on Lucian. The crit cooldown, you get cooldown based on your crit, I believe, from that item, and Lucian is an 80 caster carry, which the cooldown and crit is just very, very strong on him in that regard. I'm interested to see what support they pick to go along with this Graves. If they decide to go all in with this Blitz, which I do hope, because Graves is definitely an all-in laner. Does get locked in. Snack's actually switching over to the Jarvan at the last second, or the Rek'Sai. Yes, okay, so Rek'Sai is locked in. Rek'Sai still being a really strong jungler at this point. She definitely has a lot of options. Very high gank potential in those early levels, especially with jungle camp spawning sooner now, so you might not be able to expect that. Ooh, this will be interesting. Rise top to kind of balance out their team if they do decide to lock in that Yasuo to get that AP damage. I'm not sure, but he might actually do very well with the new Mastery. I apologize again. I can't memorize all the Keystone Masteries at this point. Okay, guess I won't have to, but Malphite actually be locked in along with Yasuo, and Yasuo with the frickin' just the crit thing is blind pick has never been more annoying to play in with Tryndamere and Yasuo all the time, but now Yasuo can literally get 100% crit off of 2 items. Static Shiv gets him 60% crit, along with an IE, has a 100% crit chance off of 2 items, which he will heal off of every. He'll literally have. He has free lifesteal essentially now. Literally has free lifesteal with every auto attack. Plus, will gain the 40% attack speed every auto attack. Oh, it'll be scary if he gets ahead. It's going to be a rough time for Cold Calculated Cavaliers. I'm surprised to see this Varus pickup if they do decide to lock it in. I probably would have voted for maybe more of a tank kind of pick, but we'll have to see. Definitely, I guess a counter pick towards the Malphite, because Malphite traditionally wants to build that armor to get that extra, I guess, free stats for the armor for AD ability he has, but they have a lot of very strong team fight potential from Season's Greeters, but Turnover Pots definitely has a lot of AoE as well. Blitzcrank can get an AoE silence. Lux can stay in the back doing a lot of damage. We'll have to see what Denoya does on this Graves. I'm sorry if you're a girl or guy, I'm just going to go ahead and say Graves. If he can actually get ahead on Graves, Graves does an obnoxious amount of damage now with that rework, and did very well in the Caitlyn last time. Was able to stay in that backline, do a lot of damage, but we'll have to see. Definitely a lot more all in rather than the poke comp that we're playing, and maybe that'll work against Tahm Kench, because if you can burst them down or pull the Lucian away from the Tahm Kench so he can't easily burst him out that way, might be a little better counterplay in that bot lane. But again, if they have an Amumu, they have a Malphite, and if they're able to follow an Amumu up with a Malphite ult and get that on, 2, 3 priority, even 1 priority target at this point with the Yasuo Malphite ult, that's not going to be good. You can't really stop. You can't stop Malphite. His ult is literally unstoppable force. So it'll be interesting seeing how they're going to be able to use this kind of AoE wombo comp versus they not necessarily AoE wombo, but Turnover Bots definitely has a lot of AoE as well in their comp. Flat out with his ult actually it'll contribute that a lot, giving 20% increased damage when someone is hit with his ults. But we'll have to see. I'm going to go ahead and stop talking for a little bit, just so I can preserve my voice a little for later tonight. So we'll just wait out this delay, go into Skill Intimidation, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Just going to go ahead and switch this over so when the game loads, it'll actually switch over. Also, random note, did anyone see the new PvE skins? I'm the Dragon Trainer Tristana. I don't care how much it is, I'm buying that. It's too adorable. It's literally too adorable. That and the, what's it called? The new Azir skin looks amazing. But I don't play Azir because I'm bad, so not getting that. Cool. Sorry. Alright, cool. Alright. So let's look at this intimidation war. Alright. Definitely Seasons creators win. Not only do they like basically all have skins except for Tom Kench, they're literally all like metallic, like I think that's the right word. Metallic. They're all robots, essentially. You know, they all have a robot kind of theme to them. Project Yasuo, Mecha Malphite, Sad Robot Amumu, Project Lucian. Like, I'm feeling the high tech skin like synergy, which makes sense because their team essentially is Wombo combo with, you know, Malphite, Yasuo, Amumu, Lucian, double gats to the back kind of deal. A little disappointing from the other team though. Graves no skin, Rek'Sai no skin. Props for the definitely not Blitzcrank. That is the best skin. I don't care what you say. It's not Hot Rod. It's not Final Boss. I don't care how much money you pay for those. Definitely not Blitzcrank. It's the best skin for Blitzcrank. Other options are the Boom Boom Blitzcrank, because who doesn't want Blitzcrank punching you in the face with a rubber glove? That's fine. But Vladimir, someone's got a little bit of money on them, so good for him. And no Deva on Steel Legion looks solid. Good skin. A lot of cool particle effects. But enough about skins. You know. Cold Calculated Cavaliers just didn't have the skin synergy. So they did last time. So maybe that's why they won. Well, okay, I guess we loaded into the game late. Interesting. Well, retail, please. But it looks like a lot of wards, you know, Cold Calculated Cavaliers deciding to do their usual thing, putting a bunch of wards in their jungle. Ooh, 2 autos from Yasuo, and that took a lot of damage on the Defa. That's a little scary. Go ahead and mess with positions on this. Alright. Oh, first took misses on Blitzcrank. Oh, why are you saying an auto range on that? Oh, about half. Okay, that actually evens out the trade. It's not bad. And, alright, we'll have to see. Kind of a, you know, not really too much of a fight going in top lane. Vlad's just going to heal everything, and Malphite's going to get a free shield every like 5 seconds, so not too much fighting in the top lane. Everyone's kind of just passive farming. A lot of damage coming from the Graves and the Lucian, but still being able to heal all that up. Malphite's actually getting a little bullied in this lane from the Vlad. He's taking a lot of free damage. Has to be a little careful, and started Dorn's shield. Interesting. Not really sure if it's as good as it used to be. Knockup lands onto the Lux from the Q. Misses again from the Blitzcrank full. And it's a little scary. You know, it's gotta land those pulls. No offense, I'm sure he's warming up, but he's gotta land those pulls. A little aggressive coming in. Moves here for a gank. Actually gets pulled in, knocks up from the Blitzcrank, stays alive. Amumu is a little low. You might have to watch out. Graves just getting a little shotgun to the face, parting gift as he walks back to lane, but Rek'Sai's actually taking advantage of this, going to Amumu's jungle and taking a bunch of his buffs. And we'll have to see. Looks like he's taking wolves. You know, Rek'Sai is definitely ahead on this farm game. A little, not really a worth gank from the Amumu. They did get out, blowing no summoner. They blew heal, which I guess is good, but no flashes had been spent. This is unfortunate. Malphite's getting really low. He has to be careful. She's sliding it back now. Web's pulling him a little too much in lane. So we'll have to see how that matchup goes. Very good counter pick for the cool calculated Cavaliers to pick that AP top laner into an, you know, I want to play against an AD top lane. But little aggressive moves. This is again with that hook, unfortunately, and he's just kind of running out of mana right now. Tanoya decides to, not Tanoya. Yeah, Tanoya's gotta get a little better aggression in here, but it'll be interesting. A lot relies on the Blitzcrank to pull Yasuo or even the Tahm Kench in, but pulling the Tahm Kench in still isn't going to be doing that much. So it actually pulls in the Tahm Kench, lands on it, a lot of CC coming down. Botox is level 4. Just to eat the Blitzcrank. Will this be turned around on them? Blitzcrank passive should be popping in a second. There it goes. A lot of damage coming out. Will he get knocked up? Lux might be able to get the kill. Knock up onto both Rek'Sai and Lux from the Yasuo queue. Very well played. Both teams getting in and out for a good response for the gank. He is quite low. He has to be very careful of this Lux. Takes some damage. Moo will stay around to kind of dishearten any possible outplays. But again, bot lane's looking pretty even right now. Both are, you know, within 5 CS of each other. For the amount that Vlad's been bullying Malphite's actually is ahead in farm. So props to the Malphite getting bullied and staying ahead. Do have to note that Vladimir does have teleport and was able to walk back up to lane after buying. So a little unfortunate for him. Yasuo is actually out farming the Lux as well, which is a little scary because it is that melee versus ranged matchup. Malphite needs to be a little careful. Moo is here and is not worried. We'll have to see. Pool comes down. Ult coming out. Actually flashes the ult. I don't know if this is what they want. Vlad's going down. He might be able to actually kill him. We don't know. We'll have to see. It pops. Ooh. Gets him low. But very, very nice flash mechanically from the Vladimir to get out of that Malphite range of his ult. So another failed gank from Mumu. And not necessarily due to the Mumu, but just a very nice outplay from the Vladimir. And is now 15 CS down from the Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai is 6, has the ability to ult to his tunnels for better mobility around the map. And is almost done and has, you know, more items and gold from being able to power farm as much. Lux ult coming out, landing onto the Yasuo. Looks like just for wave fade. Looks like he might want to go back soon, but not too much happening besides that. Lux's ult is on a pretty small cooldown timer. It's already a quarter of the way done within like 5 seconds, but we'll have to see. Yasuo definitely has the advantage in this lane right now. Oh, hook landing onto Tahm Kench, but you really don't want to pull a Tahm Kench into your team. He's just going to soak up all that damage, heal it up with the great health, even just shield it if he needs to. You really want to try and get onto at least that, at least in with this last game. Lucian, fanatically, it was close. But another gank coming from you, moving onto Vlad, but Malphite doesn't have any mana, pulls the Amumu Q, and, you know, not too much coming out. Malphite really needs to have mana in order for Amumu to make a difference in that top lane to gank. Honestly, Amumu should probably be trying to put more of his focus onto this mid lane, because once Yasuo snowballs ahead, even though he is doing well in this lane, he gets out of control, at least through my experience. I'm gold, so not necessarily a scrub, but I'm not good. So we'll have to see a little trade, dashing in and out between minions with the Yasuo, but it does look like Rek'Sai might be coming towards the gank. It is pinked in that left brush. Lucian ulting the bottom wave just to get that wave clear down. And he will know he's there, just going to clear the pink, probably back out after that. Nothing crazy happening right now, and it's been about 9 minutes without a first blood. So both teams playing cautious, and actually this is an interesting idea. Lux ulting the wave to push this in, and they're actually starting the Rift Herald. Vladimir and Rek'Sai, both pretty low. Do they get it? Yeah, Rek'Sai got the Rift Herald. Unfortunately, probably should have gone to Vlad due to, he's the lane, so he probably could have used the Baron buff minions, but I don't know, getting the Rift Herald on the right person is pretty hard. Good ults coming out from Blitzcrank, lands onto him. Oh, but Amumu's here. This might be really bad. Blitzcrank's in a bad spot. Lands the bandage toss, lands the ult onto 2 people. Amumu has to be a little careful. He's still really low. Lucian might have the damage for him. Does not have the ult because he used to clear the wave. First blood going on to the Blitzcrank from the Amumu. There's a very good gank from the Amumu. And a very nice outplay from the Tahm Kench. Just, again, being that anti-playmaker. Blitzcrank normally getting a pull on the support, pulling him out of position was very good. But is just able to tank all that damage. Amumu was there at the right time to follow up with that CC, bandage toss, and ult. And moves are definitely probably going to be made towards Dragon at this point. Already started by Amumu and Tahm Kench on the minimap as we can see, but little misstep from the Blitzcrank. Honestly, it's really hard to try and pick into a Tahm Kench because he's just annoying. There's no way you can spin that tail. He's annoying. Probably could have gone with a more poke-based comp rather than an all-in, but still time. It's only first blood. Everyone's staying relatively the same in CS. Little discrepancies here and there between lanes. Yasuo is definitely out farming this Lux in the early game, but we'll have to see. He has not gotten any kills. It's not like Lux isn't necessarily doing bad, but definitely being out farmed. Lucian ulting the wave just to try and get that pushed in, but I don't know. I don't really like people using their ultimates to just clear waves unless you immediately plan on backing. But we'll have to see. If we want to look at the gold discrepancies right now, pretty even to see. Oh, hook landing onto Lucian, ult coming out. Silence goes onto Lucian, but not Tahm Kench, so he is able to eat him and get away from all that damage. Really, really unfortunate that the ult did not land onto Tahm Kench as well, because that surely would have been a kill in the bot lane. Oh, unfortunately minion blocked from the Blitzcrank, from the cannon minion, but we'll have to see. Oh, Vanderstar's going on to Vladimir, gets the ultimate, ulting onto the Vladimir. Oh, Luxol is just barely out of range. Vladimir doesn't look like he's gonna go down. Oh, Malphite is so low. Lizabet's coming up for the rotations. Flash coming out from Vladimir, but unfortunately they have to start getting a dodge. Oh, coming out. Oh, eaten by Lucian. And again, that anti-playmaker that is Tahm Kench, not letting that Blitzcrank come out, but Yasuo is here. Ult is not up. Wind walls at the right time actually ignites. The Vladimir will go down. A lot of damage on the Rex that goes down. Will this be a triple kill for the Yasuo? We'll have to see. No, Malphite steals the kill. But again, that's a 3-0 for the Yasuo, and he was already ahead in CS. Now he's ahead in kills. Has the static shiv. It'll be very interesting to see how he goes into this game, because once Yasuo gets ahead, he's really hard to stop. Like, they're going to be trying to take this top lane down as much as they can. TP from Vladimir will dissuade them from doing that. Vladimir is actually ahead in CS, but again, Malphite has the kill and assist. The gold is pretty even between the two. Does have the Will of the Ancients, I believe it's called. Yeah, so he will have that enhanced. Oh, these hooks. Shows the mastery on the Blitzcrank as he pulls the cannon minion. Oh. Well played, sir. Well played. spamming the champion master emote. But we'll have to see. Blue team is ahead. Co-calculated Cavaliers not having quite as strong a showing in this game. Hook barely misses on the Lucian, has to dash away from that. So nice job with the Blitzcrank forcing that out, but unfortunately does not land. Rotation's coming to this mid lane because the top lane was down. Yasuo's taking a good amount of damage from the Lux and the Vladimir. Decides to ult the Lux ult. Flashes away for good measure just to be safe. Might be a little greedy. Vlad does not have flash. Amumu will be here. Tomkin's actually ulting to the top, the middle lane. Does not bring Lucian with him, but will provide that extra support in the mid lane. Stun lands onto Vladimir. Ult onto ult coming out from Malphite. The wombo combo coming out from Mumu and the Yasuo. Oh my gosh, shut down onto the Yasuo even from that wombo. Vladimir is still alive, and unfortunately, very good setup for wombo combo. All three ults from Malphite, Amumu, and Yasuo landing. But just the outplay from Lux with the barrier and the shield does not let her go down. That is so unfortunate. But very well played by both teams, especially cold calculated Cavaliers, not letting Lux die. That was just so unfortunate. That's definitely got to give some hope to the other team, knowing that they could survive basically essentially what is their game plan of the Malphite, Yasuo, and Amumu ult. Just, even despite being behind, surviving that is just going to be hard to face, but man, just unfortunate. But enough of that. Hook misses again, unfortunately. I still believe in you, Blitzcrank. Ult actually coming out, maybe just for wave clear. I'm not sure. He does have kind of a small ult, but both AD carries choosing to opt into that Essence Reaver. Very interesting. Actually, flash for flash. Misses the hook as well. Some good. I don't know about you guys. I love this Blitzcrank. Misses a lot of hooks. And still has the pride to show the champion mastery. I love it. But Amumu is here. I'm not sure if they know this or not. They did decide to pink that upper brush. Looks like they'll just be backing up in their tower for now. Rotations for 3-man the mid lane. I'm not sure if Yasuo can defend this. Oh, he sends in the back spot, gets hooked, knocked up, silenced, and killed by the Blitzcrank. Unfortunately, a miscommunication between the team. Yasuo lands the knocks up onto Vladimir. Doesn't feel like following that up. Mu is here as well. The wombo combo, 3 musketeers are here. Decides to go in onto the Vlad, blocks all that damage, does have his knockup available, does land onto Vladimir, follows it up. Will he go in? Malphite ult onto the Lux, no doubt goes down, ult coming out, oh my goodness, so much damage from that Lux one. Shutdown does go to Amumu for the courtesy kill, but unfortunately Lux just has so much damage with that ultimate combo that they're able to take down Yasuo yet again. Turret is down for this team. Blitzcrank almost passing the wrong direction. Ping is coming out for this dragon. Looks like we're gonna have another team fight. Ult's up from Rek'Sai, but not doing too much. And the only ult from the other team is Lucian and Blitzcrank, taking a lot of damage from that. Malphite's going in, being a front line. Rek'Sai going up, knocking Tom Kench up. Ult coming out from Lucian. Graves is doing the damage from the rock line. Malphite can't fight 4v1. Amumu's going down. Will he decide to chase this or go on the dragon? Amumu is eaten by Tom Kench, putting him out of the fight. Lucian trying to burst Vladimir down while this team tries to take down the dragon. Pulls the Tom Kench into the team, has to heal away to get out. Hemorrhoid has to be careful. A lot of damage from the Lucian coming out. This dragon is still taking down. Lux ult coming in. Yasuo is here. Good pull from Vladimir to survive that. Oh my gosh, that greatest damage got so many people low. Yasuo Q coming out, and a lot of nail biting coming in from both teams, but red team does get the dragon, does get a kill, and they are ahead in CS right now. Unfortunately, just too much juggling, too much micromanaging going on to try and either finish a kill on the other team. And unfortunately, Malphite in that fight just got a little too greedy, going in, essentially 4v1 because not a lot of his team was still back up. But we'll have to see. Graves is 2-0. Lucian's still doing quite well. CS scores are pretty even across the board except for top lane, mid lane. About 30 CS discrepancy between the two. Yasuo does have his static shiv, and side note on that okay, Lux ult does not count as a projectile. It cannot be blocked by the Yasuo wind wall. Not sure if that's known to Kaiser, but that is something to keep in mind for any, I don't know, false hope. We'll decide to face this press, get slowed by the Tom Kench. Actually misses onto the Tom Kench for the pull. I'm not sure if he wanted to do that or not. Probably would have been not the right thing to do, but we'll have to see. All the lanes kind of farming. Bot lane is being pushed in by Graves and Blitzcrank. Tom Kench getting a little bit of, give him the taste of Rek'Sai. Misses the Tumble again. Poke coming out from Lux from that E onto a Mumu, followed by a Q from Vladimir, but everyone's just kind of playing safe right now. Definitely are trying to put a lot of pressure into this mid lane and this bot lane while Graves and Blitzcrank are forcing the 2v1 onto Lucian. Lands. Q lands onto Vladimir. That's a good amount of damage. Meanwhile, Vladimir and Lux just kind of holding it in lane. Lux actually going up to the Malphite. Malphite split pushing top lane. Will he be able to take down this tower? He will. Ping's coming out on this Graves. Knocking up Tom Kench. Lands the spell. Will he get eaten? Has to flash away for good measure. We'll have to see. Will he be in range of it? No, he will not. Stun actually lands on the Blitzcrank. Not sure if they want to follow up. Lucian's there. Will they be able to burst down this Blitzcrank? Teleport coming in from Malphite. This could be dangerous. Oh, it's actually from the Vladimir. My mistake. Oh, landing onto him. Vlad and Graves from the Amumu. Vladimir will pop onto Amumu, doing a lot of damage. Graves is still here doing as much damage as he can, but that short range is just not enough. Yasuo coming down from the side as well as the rest of red team. We might have a 5v5, and Yasuo and Malphite are still up, so they have to be really careful not to get womboed here. Might decide to just back off. Yep, red team decides to back off. Knows their Blitzcrank is still in base, not wanting to fight that 4v5. Amumu's still in base. Tom Kench is actually recalling right now. Dragon won't be up for a little bit. Actually lands a combo onto Yasuo, and that's a lot of damage. Unfortunately, just not enough to kill him, but that is a solid 3/4 of health. Lux ult is down. More damage from Lux's E landing onto Yasuo, and he has to be very careful. He does win the melee matchup, but against all this poke, Yasuo is at a disadvantage with his wind wall being down to block the E and the Q coming from the Lux. So far, a lot of little skirmishes, but we have yet to see a, organized 5v5 fight, and it'll be very interesting to see because that's when blue team's comp really shines in that wombo combo. But it looks like everyone's just going to be playing it safe right now. Rek'Sai will be here to hold the mid tower, wave clear that away so they can't get that. Dragon is up in a minute and 43 seconds. Graves is actually chasing the Lucian. Might have been in a bad spot. His team doing very well to respond to his mispositioning behind the tower. Lux is doing her best to wave clear. Looks like they might be making moves onto this mid lane tower. Q's away. Rek'Sai is here for support. Botox is tanking the tower just right now, but they will not be able to defend this. Wind wall blocks the Blitzcrank grab, so no opportunity for a pick there. We have full 5-man mid lane. This is what I was talking about with a full 5v5. They have the opportunity to wombo if it presents itself. And the only wave clear they really have is Lux. The ults, if she needs to use it, might be used, but Tanoia is just using that Graves AoE shotgun blast to get him out. Dragon is in 1 minute. Rek'Sai does not have ult, so he needs to start making moves down here. 48 seconds and he's recalling. Be interesting. They might be deciding to trade. They might be deciding to just push in mid and top lane to try and force other objectives while blue team goes for this dragon. A smart choice. A very cold calculation, because now they are 3 3-man onto this mid lane while Vladimir is split pushing top. Blue team will try to come over to defend against this. Nair misses, but now Rek'Sai is top with the Vladimir to push in this top tower, and they do decide to try and push this in. Tahm Kench will be ulting over there, will be carrying anyone. He will be carrying the Yasuo, but gets stunned and Lux ulted. Vladimir ult is on Yasuo as well, but we'll have to see. He decides to eat him and back off. Blitzcrank is in the back lane, and just not what they wanted to do. Tahm Kench was there to rotate over very quickly, but it is very announced, I guess, when Tahm Kench ults is that big red mark you see on the ground. You know exactly where to put your skills to deter any sort of playmaking from them, and looks like Graves will actually be starting the dragon by himself. Rek'Sai is over for support, but Amumu and Lucian are on their way. Looks like Rek'Sai will be there just to smite it. Very well played to get that objective. Very good map pressure from the cold calculated Cavaliers. But what will they do now? Blue buff will be thrown over to Lux, and we'll have to see. Looks like the blue team will be forcing in this mid lane. Vladimir is a little bit out of position. He might be able to walk around. Ult from Lucian actually missing. Baron is aggroed, so we'll have to see. Flash coming out. Blitzcrank ultimate. Vladimir has to be careful. He might be eaten by the Tahm Kench. Does get eaten. Thrown into his team. A lot of damage coming out. But the Lux ultimate landing onto 3 people. Yasuo will go down. Lucian will go down as well. 4-man. Oh my gosh. 3-man ult onto there. But Yasuo will go down to the Graves. He will take Blitzcrank in party, but a lot of more damage going on. Lux throwing a lot of damage from the backline. Shutdown for the Graves onto Amumu. Malphite is in a bad position. He's tanky, but he doesn't do a lot of damage. Graves and Rek'Sai will be going down, and heal unnecessary maybe, but triple kill onto that Graves, and just they had the right idea, but it was just a little bit too forced. And now Baron actually being pinged out. I'm not sure if they'll be able to take this, but with a lot of people down, hopefully Snack will be able to receive the shield from Lux to be able to burst this Baron down. They might be a little too early to do it. Rex. Oh, TP actually comes from Vladimir to tank this, so very smart play to be able to teleport to that thing. Lux ult coming out, and looks like there will be a 26-minute Baron. Very well played from cold calculated Cavaliers. And this triple threat comp from the Vladimir, from the Graves, and the Lux seems to be working out for them from a traditional, tank frontline kind of deal. Lucian unfortunately was mispositioned in that fight where he got taken out on the side from an ignite, or from a red buff actually. And with the Baron buff minions, I'm not sure if they can do too much. Rek'Sai will ult down to provide support to his team. Amumu secures the red buff, trying to stay relevant in levels, but is already 2 levels behind the Rek'Sai. Oh, Hook actually lands on Tahm Kench, but not the one you want to be bringing in. Lucian will ult. Lux will snare for disengage. But again, Vladimir is split pushing this top lane something awful, and they need to try and do something to do it before he takes another turret. A lot better communication and from the red team, and it's just not sure what the blue team needs to do at this point. No one can really go 1v1 with Vladimir except for maybe Yasuo, but if he does go 1v1 against Vladimir, which what they decide to be doing with this Baron buff, Blitzcrank actually the whole Tahm Kench in, will get silenced, E coming out, will not go down. Graves actually flashes in aggressively, and Yasuo 1v1 this Vladimir does have a little too much damage and health regen, does not get a kill, and Vladimir is just, it's hard to deal with this Vladimir right now. Moves are being made to this inhib tower, will be going down, and this surely will be an inhib. Very good use of the Baron buff to provide pressure across 2 lanes simultaneously. But they have to be careful right now. Lucian ult not doing too much. He is behind 0-2 and 3, while Graves being 5-0. Rek'Sai ult will be coming out to hold this top tower, or just farm the Gromp. I think, yes, to hold the top tower from that massive wave of minions. Vladimir stealing the blue buff from himself from the blue team. We'll have to see if he can actually get it. No, decides to be smart, back off, does not want to... Oh, Lux Ultimate does not get it. 91 health left on that blue buff, unfortunately. Unfortunately, this wombo combo from the blue team does not seem to be paying off. They keep getting picked, and unfortunately, this pseudo split push comp with the Vladimir is definitely paying off the cold calculated Cavaliers. Vladimir is 16. He's the highest level in the game and at least a level over everyone, if not 2 or 3 levels above everyone else on the other team. So really the only one that can fight Vladimir is Yasuo, and that's if he had Ignite to stop that healing from the Vladimir. So looking at this now, Dragon up in 1 minute, middle inhib down for the blue team. Snack has to be a little careful, a little caught out, taking a little bit of damage from Lucian, but not too much. We'll have to regroup for this Dragon. And Ping is definitely coming out from the red team to secure this Dragon, but in that tight little area, if they can get the right combo off, they need to get to Lux. They need to get their combo onto the Lux and try and get onto Vladimir as well. There's a lot of AoE damage coming from the Graves, Lux, and Vladimir that they need to burst one of those people down almost immediately. Meanwhile, Rek'Sai is actually split pushing bot, does have his ultimate to be there for the Dragon, and again, just very good communication for the cold calculated Cavaliers to have 4-man mid, 1-person bot, and just split pushing and forcing the blue team to either split up and defend that or lose an objective off as well. Oh, this could be bad. 3-man ultimate onto, and Yasuo follows up. A lot of damage going in. Amumu's going down, but a lot of damage coming out from the blue team. No one has died yet. Vladimir does go down. Graves kills Yasuo. Malphite will be following up shortly, and even though they landed right amount of CC on someone, Vladimir's ult and healing was just too much that they couldn't burst him down quick enough. That was a 4v5, and yet they lost 2 for 1 and almost 3. Hook coming out from Blitzcrank has to be away. Slow coming down. Oh my gosh, that Graves damage. Botox saying, no, Lucian, come near my belly. We're getting out of here. Mumu trying to defend this. Not going to be able to do it. Inhib goes down. Lands a stun and exhaust onto the Graves. Lucian's trying to follow up. Snacks gets eaten by the Tom Kench. Gets pulled in by the Blitzcrank. And Ultinoya go down. Heal. Shut down onto Amumu from... Shut down on Graves from Amumu. Stun lands on the Blitzcrank. Lucian gets the kill. Rek'Sai will be able to get out. But again, 2 inhibs down for the blue team. They are down by about 9k. And I'm not sure what they'll be doing for this run. They should decide to rush Dragon, but if they do, that may give the opportunity for the red team to get Baron. That does seem to be the option. Tom Kench is going to bring Malphite there, escort him onto that blue buff. Vladimir is there. Oh, Rek'Sai getting caught out by Yasuo. Will he go down? A lot of damage. Will be able to get out. Vladimir will try and do his best to dissuade them from the Dragon, but this will be the first Dragon, or second Dragon, for the blue team now. A lot of fighting, but again, this triple threat comp from the Graves and the Vladimir and the Lux, they don't really have an answer for it. They threw all their ultimates, landed on both Lux and Vladimir with the Amumu, Malphite, and Yasuo ult, and still lost the fight. Someone needs to be able to either ignite the Vladimir so he doesn't heal that much, or get one of the new AD items with the... Oh, I can't remember what it is, but they did introduce an AD item that does give grievous wounds on hit, so hopefully one of the blue team decides to go for that, either the Yasuo or the Lucian at this point, but that is definitely a item that they need. Oh, and Blitzcrank seems to be having interwebs problems. Let's check out what they're saying. Ooh, that's a lot of... Oh, hashtag UVA pause. That's awesome. Alright, so Blitzcrank is reconnected. Yeah, so far, good game. Even though the score is 10-10, red team is just ahead with so much pressure on the map. And we'll have to see. Baron is up in 13 seconds, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. But until they unpause it, I'm going to relax for a little bit. But it'll definitely be interesting to see what they decide to do. Alright, ready's coming out from both teams. Alright, play resumes 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright, so everyone is back, and it looks like red team does decide to have that split push option as well. Rek'Sai is in the bot lane, split pushing as best he can. Now if they do decide to start this Baron, it is warded by the blue team. So they will know definitely when they decide to start that. Rek'Sai looks like is going to start grouping up with his team, warding up the bottom side jungle, and moves are definitely being made right now to clear up vision for both teams. So ult land, oof, that was a lot of damage just from a Yasuo Q. Lux ult coming up and not really hitting anything. That will be his ultimate down for a little bit, but again, the split push from Calculated Cavaliers. Oh, hook landing on Tahm Kench. He will go. That's a lot of damage. He has to eat immediately. Ult coming out from the Vlad. He's getting bursted down quite soon, and this could be their chance. Move ult landing. Only lands onto the Blitzcrank, not on any priority targets. He gets bursted up by both teams. Rek'Sai taking Tahm Kench out on the back line, and this might be game. Only Malphite up. Still has ultimate. I don't know where he was in that fight, but unfortunately this might be the game. Superman is pushing in the top lane for the red team. 5-man. Yasuo's, everyone's down for 20 seconds, and this is definitely GG coming out for the team. Co-calculated Cavaliers being cold and calculating. We'll take the second game and go 2-0 this week. Malphite, the, courtesy ults, but well played by both teams, and unfortunately they weren't able to find an answer even with that wombo for the triple threat comp of the cold calculated Cavaliers of the Vlad, Lux, and Graves. They have to do something about it. Either get